Look at yourself. No, seriously, look at those shoulders. You're hunched over like a gargoyle, staring at a screen that's slowly burning your retinas. All because you need to finish a spreadsheet for a guy named Gary who doesn't even know your last name. Welcome to 2026, where we exchange 40 hours of our youth every week just to afford a subscription to a gym we never visit and a house we only sleep in. It's a bizarre loop. But if you rewind the clock about 30,000 years, Gary doesn't exist. Neither do spreadsheets, taxes, or the crushing anxiety of an unread email. So what did our ancestors do? Did they just sit on a rock and wait for the invention of the wheel? Well, hold on to your spears, because the answer is way more relaxing and occasionally grosser than you think.
Anthropologists, those wonderful nerds who spend their lives looking at old trash, studied modern hunter-gatherer tribes, like the Hadza or the Ju hoansi. And they found something that will make you want to punch your HR manager. These people only worked about 15 to 20 hours a week. That's 3 hours a day. Their entire economic system was basically, I'm hungry, let's go grab a snack. Once they picked enough berries or successfully convinced a gazelle to stop living, the workday was over. There was no hustle culture. No one was saying, hey, Oog, if you hunt 2 extra gazelles today, you can be senior mammoth hunter by next moon. No, they just stopped. And then they had about 10 hours of pure, unadulterated free time.
So, you have 10 hours of free time. No TikTok, no Netflix, and the only influencer in your life is the guy who figured out how to not die from a bee sting. What do? You talk. A lot. Scientists believe that human language didn't evolve just to say, look, a mammoth. We evolved to say, did you see what Dave did with that mammoth? He tripped over his own spear. What a total clown. Gossip was our first technology. It was the original LinkedIn and Instagram combined. If you were a lazy hunter or a greedy berry picker, the whole tribe knew about it by sunset. Social standing was everything. If the tribe liked you, you got the warm spot in the cave. If they didn't, well, I hope you like sleeping next to the bats.
Now, before you go burning your office building down to live in the woods, let's talk about the DIY aspect of ancient life. Today, if your phone breaks, you go to the store. In 20,000 BC, if your knife broke, you were in for a 4-hour workout. You had to find the perfect piece of flint, hit it at the exact right angle, and pray to whatever rock god you believed in that it didn't shatter. And don't get me started on clothes. You didn't just buy a jacket. You had to convince a deer to give you its skin, then you had to scrape the fat off that skin, usually with your teeth, and dry it out. Everything you owned was a result of sweat, blood, and probably a few missing fingernails. It was like living in a never-ending IKEA project where the instructions are written in deadly infection.
Now, let's talk about the part that would drive a modern person insane. The night. Without electricity or a night shift at the local burger place, when the sun went down, the world ended. You had 12 hours of pitch-black darkness. What did they do? They didn't just sleep for 12 hours like a hibernating bear. Historians think we had something called biphasic sleep. You'd sleep for 4 hours, wake up at midnight to check if a leopard was trying to turn you into a midnight snack, hang out by the fire for an hour, tell some ghost stories, and then head back to dreamland. It was 12 hours of staring at the stars and wondering if the moon was a giant piece of cheese or a very angry god. No blue light, just starlight and the constant fear of being eaten. Fun times.
So, we traded our 3-hour workday and infinite free time for indoor plumbing, antibiotics, and high-speed internet. Was it a fair trade? Well, you don't have to worry about a hyena stealing your baby, but you do have to worry about a mortgage. We've become the only species on Earth that pays to live here. Next time you're stuck in a meeting that could have been an email, just close your eyes and imagine yourself 20,000 years ago. You're sitting by a fire, you've already finished your work for the day, and you're laughing at Dave's terrible hunting skills. Stay primal, my friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before your boss walks past your desk. I'm Primal Tales, and I'm gonna go take a nap now.